Chaos.radio. Music, podcasts, entertainment.
Hello and welcome to the latest edition of NEWSWAVE. Written, produced and recorded in the heart of Cornwall by the team here at Chaos Radio. I'm your host, Tom Howe, and over the next hour, I'll be guiding you through some of the insightful guests and exciting news content that we've enjoyed across Chaos Radio this past week. Now, on today's show, Steve Hood joins us on behalf of Proud to Care to discuss the launch of nominations for the 2026 Proud to Care Awards in celebration of Cornwall's care heroes. Nikita Thakra, a speaker at TEDxTruro 2026, previews her talk, Dance with Your Dharma, and how creativity and mindfulness can help people find clarity in a busy world. Keren and Hayley, part of the organising team behind the Falmouth Sea Shanty Festival, share what's in store for this year's event, and we share the best bits from the opening day of last week's Royal Cornwall Show with Chaos on the road.
NEWSWAVE.
But first this week, nominations for the 2026 Proud to Care Awards are now open. Now running for the third year, the awards recognise the compassion, dedication and heart shown by care workers every day and shine a spotlight on Cornwall's care heroes. External Care Workforce Lead Steve Hood joined Bryna Jordan to talk about this year's nominations, categories and more.
NEWSWAVE.
So the Proud to Care Awards are Cornwall's way, our way of saying thank you to all of our incredible care workers within Cornwall. They celebrate the incredible people working in adult social care across Cornwall who make a difference to people's lives every day.
Is this the third year that we've done the Proud to Care
This is the third
Awards?
year, yeah. We're really excited about it. It's kind of gone from strength to strength, and last year we actually broke our previous year's record of the amount of people that submitted a nomination for the awards. So we're really excited. We're hoping to break that record again this year.
And speaking of, what kinds of people and roles are celebrated through these awards? And are there any categories this year that really stand out?
So these awards are for everyone that works within care. We're really proud of our care workers within Cornwall, and we just want to give them that recognition. And so there are 11 categories of awards that people can choose to nominate a care worker for, from Registered Manager of the Year to Innovation in Care to Care or Nursing Home Worker of the Year to Learning Champion of the Year. There are loads of categories, 11 in total, that people can choose from. And I think an award that particularly stands out for us is the Darren Williams Award for Leading System Change Award. This was an award that we introduced last year, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house. It's a really impactful award. They're all special in their own way, but this one was introduced last year, and it's incredible just to recognise our care workers.
It absolutely is. I will say a personal favourite of mine is the Unsung Hero Award. I think there was a lovely lady, it must have been 2 years ago now, and she won, and she was a gardener out on the houses. Yeah. And I remember speaking to her afterwards, and she was like, I'm just a gardener. I was like, no, but now you're an award-winning gardener and you're not just anything, you are contributing to the big picture, aren't you?
It's so true. And for us, I think if we had the resources, every single person that works in care in whatever capacity would get an award from us, because they are genuinely hand on heart amazing people, incredibly selfless, incredibly resilient, kind, caring people that we just couldn't do without, to be honest with you. So yeah, we're really proud of them.
Absolutely. I can imagine reading some of the nominations through would tug at your heartstrings a little bit.
It takes us a long time because, like I said, last year we broke the record for how many awards have been submitted. And we read every single one and make sure that everyone gets the time that they deserve. But it's so difficult because, there are lots of nominations out there because there are so many incredible care workers.
And I think a lot of the times when we hear about the care sector on the news, it can be quite doom and gloomy. And there's not really that many positive stories that are brought to the media, which I feel is why these awards are so important, to recognise the care sector and recognise everything that they're doing, because I think a lot of people don't think about the different nuances that go into it.
No, I don't think so. And I think I think, all of our care workers are unsung heroes. I think it's important to note that in everyone's lifetime, in some way, shape or form, you will be touched by the adult social care sector. And I don't think you really understand or truly value the work that they do unless they have been some part of your life, either caring for yourselves or perhaps caring for a family member or a loved one. I think that's when you really start to, value adult social care and those that work within it.
If someone is listening right now and they know a brilliant care worker, be that someone that potentially works with them, maybe a colleague or someone that cares for a loved one, how can they get involved in nominating them? And also, do you have any top tips for a strong nomination?
First of all, what's really important is if you want to nominate anybody that works within the care sector, then go to our website, proudtocarecornwall.org.uk, and on there you'll see a button to nominate somebody for an award. It's really simple, really easy to do. And I think as far as a top tip, I think just be honest, and when you're writing your nomination, speak from the heart, really get to the nub of why you're nominating this particular worker, and be honest, open, and that will do it for you, I think.
How much time do people have left to get involved? I think nominations close at the end of the month.
Yep, 30th of June is when they close, so people have still got time to do it.
And if anyone feels inspired to potentially start their career in care, how can they do that? Because Proud to Care has some great resources, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, first of all, if you are considering a career in care, then go for it. I think like any new job or any new role in a sector that you're perhaps not familiar with, it can be a little bit daunting at times, but there are loads of support, loads of resources out there. I think there are loads of transferable skills as well that you can learn from working in the care sector. So again, if you go to our website, Proud to Care Cornwall, there are loads of jobs on there that you can apply for, and don't worry about qualifications. That can be done when you start work, and you'll be supported throughout by your employer as well. So yeah, just go on the website and apply. It's as simple as that. We're on all the socials, and simply just find us by going on Proud to Care, and we'll be updating people with our nominations. We'll be spotlighting some of the award categories as well, so that might get your brain ticking over of what you'd like to submit a nomination for as well.
Now, we are getting very close to TEDxTruro 2026, which takes place at the Hall for Cornwall between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Monday, the 15th of June. One of this year's speakers is preparing to share how creativity and mindfulness can help people find clarity in a busy world. I spoke to Nikita Thakra about her talk, Dance with Your Dharma, Creativity as the Bridge from Chaos to Clarity, and the inspiration behind it.
NEWSWAVE.
I remember being a child and always wanting to speak on stages. And as a teenager, I had a karaoke machine and I used to play around and pretend that I had my own radio show. And so this really is a dream come true for me to be on the TEDx stage. And when I saw the opportunity online, the theme was creativity. And it was just, it felt like it was made for me because I've spent 20 years as a dance teacher, creating choreographies and things like that. And so I was so excited to apply, and I couldn't believe it when I got selected.
The title of your talk sort of encapsulates so many of the different things you do. It's a great piece of word wizardry. Dance with your Dharma, creativity as the bridge from chaos to clarity. I love that you got chaos in there as well. Yes. Can you just tell us a bit about what audiences can expect from your talk and from your messaging?
Yeah, so when we think about creativity, we often think about it with an art form or through talent, which it is. But I wanted to bring a different spin on it. And as we know, TEDx is all about ideas worth spreading. And so my idea is that creativity can act as a bridge from chaos, as in the situations that we go through in our day-to-day life, to clarity, which is making aligned choices. And when I think about creativity, it's not necessarily through talent or an art form, it's through creative choices. So I believe that we may not be able to control our circumstances, but we can control the choices that we make around them.
You've spent a number of years working in creative arts and in well-being as well. How has that journey shaped the work that you do today?
Yeah, so as a creator, as a practitioner, facilitator, it's always been about being creative, but also being able to make choices from that creative space. So in my talk, I actually talk about the importance of intuition. And so many of us think intuition is just for clairvoyance, but actually intuition is something we all have. And so when we talk about being creative and making choices from that space, it's about being able to listen to your intuition, and that is going to lead you to your Dharma. And Dharma is a concept that I'm going to be introducing in my talk, which is Sanskrit word, an ancient Indian word, meaning your soul's purpose.
We often think of creativity as an art form, don't we? Something artistic, but you're right. You can really, it kind of speaks out as a tool for change as well, can't it? How are you seeing people using that creativity in their everyday lives?
I want people to go away from my talk realizing that they are being creative all the time. Right now, we're being creative in this conversation. It's not scripted, it's free flowing. And that is, when we step out of ourselves and when we start trusting our intuition, that's when we can be in this state of flow. And that's really what I want to introduce the audience to, that this concept of Dharma, even though it comes from ancient wisdom, it's so applicable to today, because I feel like we're all looking for meaning or purpose or clarity in some shape or form. And what this concept brings us is this ability to step into a state of flow, and that's accessible to each one of us.
And we're talking about mindfulness, we're talking about incorporating movement into that, and some ancient wisdoms as well, if you like, as well. Why do you think these ideas are resonating so strongly with people now in 2026?
Yeah, we're in a digital age. Everything is so fast moving, the AI revolution. And so it's so important that we stay connected to ourselves. I meet people on a regular basis. My clients come to me and they say, I've lost that connection with myself. I don't know who I am anymore. And we're going through an epidemic, I believe, of an identity crisis, and it's young people as well as adults, as well as the older generations, that are feeling this sense of loss. And it's not loss in, the traditional sense. It's more of a yearning for something that's deeper. And that's what I hope that my talk will help people with.
Well, it's so exciting. Like you said, you're going to be on Monday a TEDx speaker, years on from that sort of young girl who had those dreams of being on radio and talking to a wide audience. It's fantastic. And you're next to some brilliant names as well. It must be quite a nice feeling. And your first time in Cornwall, I believe, as well.
Yeah, it's so exciting. And, as you say, the other speakers as well, they've just got so much experience and knowledge, and everyone is going to bring a different angle to this, their take on what creativity means to them. And one of the unique parts of my talk is that I'm actually going to be dancing as well. And so I'm going to be doing a fusion of Indian dance with free-flowing form, which is going to be hopefully very inspiring for audiences. I think you said something really meaningful, and you said that, that little girl who had the dream. And anyone listening to this, I just want you to know that it's never too late for you to dream, no matter how old you are. If you had a vision of doing something, perhaps it's writing a book or becoming a yoga teacher or whatever it is, it's never too late to follow your calling. And so I hope that my story gives you encouragement to trust your intuition and for you to dance with your Dharma.
NEWSWAVE.
Right, you're listening to NEWSWAVE here on Chaos Radio with me, Tom Howe. This weekend, Europe's largest free shanty festival drops anchor right here in Cornwall. Falmouth Sea Shanty Festival will bring together around 90 sea shanty groups for a full weekend celebrating the traditional salty songs of the sea. Cheryl Gordon caught up with Keren and Hayley, who are both heavily involved in the festival, to find out what's in store.
NEWSWAVE.
The International Sea Shanty Festival is just huge for our town. We estimate that we get around 70,000 people coming into the town from the Friday to the Sunday. One of our lovely committee members insists it's more like 100,000, and he could be right. Whatever it is, the town is absolutely full of, from tiny children to much older people dressed as pirates, holding their pints of beer and having not the children obviously, and just having a fantastic time across the town. I think this year we've got over 85 groups playing at over 25 venues. Is that right, Hayley?
It's actually now looking more like over 90 groups across 30 venues. So it's the biggest festival we've had to date, and it's been going for over 20 years now. So
Hayley, what is it like when you've got to coordinate an event on that scale?
Yeah, I mean, we're really lucky. We've got a fantastic committee behind the festival. So that's everyone from volunteers to the town council to the bid to Southwest Bars and Events. Everybody chips in to pull this together. But yeah, I'm sure you can imagine it is a mammoth event to pull together.
Hayley's selling herself a little bit short there because she coordinates the whole festival, and at the moment I would say we are living and breathing shanty and not much else.
Festival started as a small grassroots idea in 2004. Did either of you ever imagine it would grow to be something as big as this?
So there were 5 groups that performed on Custom House Quay in its first year, and the festival was originally pulled together by Falmouth Shout, who ran it for many years, and then eventually Falmouth Town Council took it on, and it's just grown from strength to strength every year.
Now, Keren, tens of thousands of visitors expected. How do the local pubs and venues and businesses get involved during the weekend?
Well, obviously there's the venues themselves, which are spread out from one end of town to the other quite deliberately so that we can spread out the people as well, and they're involved. But then of course it impacts probably every other business in the town. There's so many people coming into the town, and they'll be popping in the shops and going to the cafes, and which is wonderful for the town's economy. This year, for the first time, we're doing a window competition in the town. So lots of the businesses in town will be from June decorating their windows shanty themed. So basically what we're trying to do is just bring the whole town to life in terms of maritime shanty related visuals. So it'll be a really great for any visitors to come through Falmouth and see that happening. For the first time ever this year as well, we're doing on the Sunday like more of a Children's Day on the moor here in Falmouth. We've got a face painter who'll be offering free face painting for children and adults alike. Hayley and I might get involved in that.
Absolutely.
We've got a storyteller, and what we're most excited about is we've got a fancy dress tent. So if you're bringing little ones to the festival this year, please pop onto the moor on Sunday.
How would you describe the atmosphere, and what advice would you give for the first timers coming to the festival?
Well, actually, if you've never been to the festival before, I would highly recommend you download our brand new Sea Shanty app. You can find that in your app store, Falmouth Sea Shanty, if you just search for that. And that's probably the best way to plan your trip to Falmouth over the festival weekend. You can have a look through all of the groups, all of their biographies. You can see the full schedule, and you can kind of get a feel for what you'll expect when you arrive.
Finally, let us know all the details. How can people get their hands on tickets, etc.?
So the festival is actually completely free to attend, apart from the gala concert, which is a one-off seated event taking place on the Friday of the festival up at the Princess Pavilion. You can find tickets for that on the falmouthseashanty.co.uk website. Otherwise, as I say, completely free to attend. You'll find all of the information on our social media channels, website, or brand new app.
NEWSWAVE.
And finally, this week, last weekend, saw tens of thousands of people descend upon the Royal Cornwall Show, one of the county's biggest and most celebrated events, one that showcases the very best of Cornish agriculture, food, farming and rural life. Held annually at the Royal Cornwall Events Centre in Weybridge, the 3-day show is a proper highlight in the calendar and brings together communities from right across the region. On the opening day, we took Chaos on the road to the showgrounds to speak to some of the people at the very heart of it.
NEWSWAVE.
I'm here with Lorna in the very vibrant sort of dog tent here.
Indeed. Or canine section.
Canine section, there you go. That sounds far more professional. Look, tell us a little bit about who you are, the work that you do, and this excellent site we've got here behind me.
Right, okay. So I'm the chairperson of the dog section, have been for the last 14 years, but along with two of my other committee members, been on the committee for the Royal Cornwall for 46 years. And it's brilliant because it's got such a lovely atmosphere. We love doing it. And it'd be good if we could get some more people to come along and help us because it is such a great atmosphere at this show. It's really good.
45 years, if you don't mind me saying, is quite a stretch of time, isn't it? I think one of your colleagues mentioned you'd get less for murder.
Yes, he did.
What initially drew you to the Royal Cornwall Show?
Well, at that time, the lady who was the current secretary was showing hounds, and I was showing hounds, and she decided she'd like to have people from different groups. So my colleagues who've also been the same time, they're in terriers and have been. So she made sure that she got people from each group of dogs to give good input and make sure we kept it popular and going forward. Yeah, it's good.
And how have you seen it develop over the years? Because you must have seen generations of canine owners.
Canine owners and the dogs.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Yes. It's strange because unfortunately we've had quite a downturn in entries for dogs over the years. We used to have the site across the way. That was two huge marquees going all the way down to where the toilets are. And we were jam-packed every day. But it's not just us. Across the world, let alone the country, the dog shows have really gone down in number, which is a shame. However, on the positive side, our numbers have gone up this year. So hoping, and people do love the atmosphere of the show here. It is a good show, and as you can see, a lot of the public come in and have a look around. It's not just a case of dog people coming and sitting here for the day.
Absolutely.
For the dogs. Yeah, it's good.
Absolutely.
Good.
Even after all this time, do you still get that same buzz on a Wednesday when you're coming in and setting up the day one on a Thursday?
Yeah, it is. And the same chill when everything's hopefully okay by Saturday afternoon. You think, oh, thank goodness it all went well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell us about what's on the agenda. What are some of the highlights this year?
Oh, gosh, what were highlights? Well, it's all got its own highlights, to be honest, because, we try and make sure that we've got good quality judges who are respected. Well, I think everybody does that, to be fair, don't they? But, yeah, we make sure that we do our best so that all the exhibitors get a good day and know that they've been treated well. So, yeah, it's good.
It's filling up, isn't it?
It is.
There's
filling
a good,
up.
Steady stream of people coming here. There's some local schools here visiting as well. There's quite a few animals in here already. And we get the
girl guides. I don't know if you've seen the girl guides here. Every year we get a couple of them each day, and they go around to help with collecting the paperwork from the rings for us. And it's good for them as well because they get a bit of background into what happens at shows and that. No, it's good.
Have you got any animals here this weekend?
No.
Not yourself?
No.
You've got enough to worry about.
I've got enough to do. Plus the fact it would hardly be professional if I was to turn up with my dog and I'd chosen the judge, would it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I see your predicament there.
No, none of us show the committee because, as you said, A, we're busy, and B, it wouldn't be the right thing to do.
Makes a lot of sense. Just to remind people where you are on the site, if they're coming and visiting tomorrow or Saturday perhaps, where can people find you and what can they enjoy in here?
Well, we're down near the East Gate, so at the bottom of the showground if you come into the main public car parks, or down to the left as you come in the main gate. And there are lots of really good stalls around near here as well. But it's good because I think you'll find that most of the exhibitors are very kind, nice people, and they're happy for their dogs to get touched and encourage people that, because some people have some preconceived ideas about different breeds being, not nice or whatever. And so if they can get the public, come and say hello to the dog or whatever, that is good as well. That keeps us going.
It's such a lovely part of the Royal Cornwall Show. We enjoy it every single year.
Yeah, it's good.
So come on down, have a little look around the canine section, and come and meet some excellent people and some wonderful animals as well.
There certainly are. Yeah, it's amazing because, even though it's a long way for us people here in Cornwall, we do go to the championship shows where, of course, you need to win there to make your dog up into a champion, and that's the important thing that people want to do. But at the same time, they show them all locally, which is great.
Wonderful.
It's good news.
And if you enjoy it, come back next year and maybe volunteer some time too.
That would be good, yeah. We've always got room for some more people to come and help out, and if they enjoy it, maybe even join the committee. That would be good.
Lorna, thank you so much for your time. It's been great meeting you.
Thank you. It's been great meeting you too. Thank you.
NEWSWAVE.
So we have taken a walk around this vast site here at the Royal Cornwall Showground. We've actually found ourselves now in the Mental Health Hub, which debuted here at the show last year. And there's a number of different charities and organisations here, including Georgia's Voice. And we're joined now by Gilly from the wonderful Georgia's Voice. Gilly, would you mind just first of all telling us all about the work that you do and the important work that you do?
Hi, thank you. Yeah, Georgia's Voice is a young women's mental health charity, specifically for 18 to 25-year-old, and is suicide prevention and mental health support. It's the only charity of its kind in Cornwall. So that in itself, is something. And obviously there's a massive need for that kind of thing here in Cornwall. So we're fortunate in that we have lots of things that we can offer. We have an amazing hub in Redruth where young women can come to a safe space just to be. If they want to pull up their hood and go to sleep in the corner, that's fine. Or if they want to interact with other women too, that's fine as well. We have peer support groups running around Cornwall in different locations, most of the main towns in Cornwall, from Penzance to St Austell at the moment, but with plans to extend. We have an amazing pre-loved shop in Falmouth, which helps to raise funds for the charity, as well as the village kitchen in Barncoose, which is a fantastic cafe that again helps to support the charity. But we're out here with all these other wonderful charities, letting people know who we are, what we're doing, and being supported by the Duchy as well, which is amazing.
Yes. Isn't it exciting? Because I suppose it's great to see charities like yourselves flourishing. But doesn't that also tinge with a bit of sadness, because that means that the need is still there, or is growing, or is greater? So actually there are more and more people that need that support. So while it's great, it's also sad to see that some of these challenges are still being faced. So I'm sure there's so many people that you're affecting so positively, but there's also people that may need to call on your services in the months and years to come too.
Yeah, and I think what's so surprising to people, obviously perhaps not so much people in Cornwall, but I think a lot wouldn't know that actually Cornwall is has got one of the highest suicides rates in the UK. And I think we all well, I've certainly come to live here and thought, what an amazing, beautiful place, what an incredible life you can have here. And then start to realise that behind the scenes, it has its problems, the same as we, everywhere in the country does. But to know that it's so much greater in Cornwall means the need is so much greater. And again, for us, we're working so hard to get it out there, to let people know it's there, so that we're looking for not only support financially from businesses and any kind of organisation we can find, but also to let the young women that we support know about us and feel safe and comfortable to come and enjoy what's on offer and make new friends, hopefully, and a new life for themselves.
Isn't it great to have the support of somewhere like the Royal Cornwall Show? We're seeing generations of people walk past the gazebo here, some who may require support and may appreciate a conversation today, some who might subliminally take that on, and maybe in years to come, if a challenge occurs, they know where to look.
Yeah.
It's so great to have all of you under one roof and in a dry place as well, to share sort of your own experiences as well, and maybe see how we could develop support for these pockets of people who unfortunately do fall through the cracks.
Yeah, and that is what is great about this hub, is that you've got all sorts of different charities coming together, and so not only people coming to see us, but also for us to talk to each other, because it's all about signposting as well. I mean, people who come to us, sometimes they might not fit the exact criteria, but you know, it's our job to kind of know about people who they could go to talk to, who will be able to help them. And there's plenty of options, you know, certainly in and around Cornwall, as well as nationally, obviously.
Things like mental health and these different challenges, they're not picky, they choose everyone, don't they? Everyone's got it.
Not selective.
No, exactly.
No.
So everyone at some point could benefit from these conversations and the work that you do, the workshop sessions, the kitchen. There's so many, and people open up in different ways, don't they? And so having such a diverse remit of options, like you said, the kitchen, maybe a quiet space.
That's right.
Everybody reacts differently, and it's all about progressing them positively on that journey.
Yes. I think you're absolutely right. Everyone's different. Some people will come up openly and tell us about their problems at the stand. Others don't want anyone to know. And so again, you know, with the safe spaces, our hub, we provide the option for people to get in touch in advance with us, so that there can be somewhere there to meet them, so they haven't got that awful thing like when you want to join something for the first time and it's terrifing to walk through that door. You don't know what's happening.
Of course.
Yeah, so at least, you know, we offer that option to say to these young women, look, you're not on your own, don't worry, just tell us that you're coming. We'll have someone there to be with you, to introduce you to everything. And so, you know, that's a lovely thing. And it makes a lot of difference to a lot of women.
Absolutely. Well, keep up the amazing work that you're doing. Hopefully some conversations that are sparked here today will help improve even more so services that are available, so those people that do so need it can get it when they require it.
Yeah.
Just before we let you go, where can people find out more information? We're very lucky to have all of your branding here in the background.
We are,
that was a good idea.
Yes,
where can people find out more information?
They can find us in the usual places, Facebook and Instagram. So it's just Georgia's Voice. So if you just type in Georgia's Voice, you'll find us in either of those locations. I think there might be some TikTok stuff going on or something as well. But yeah,
they're all talking about that, these youngsters, aren't they? Yeah, TikTok. Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Do, if you are coming to the Royal Cornwall Show, either this afternoon, maybe tomorrow, perhaps Saturday, maybe you're trying to duck those clouds, do come over to the Mental Health Hub. It's opposite what I would call a very entertaining section here. Joe and I last year actually watched the sheep. In fact, you can see the sheep shearing contest right now if you're watching on Mixcloud. So you can come in here, have a really wonderful, holistic conversation, and then perhaps you can pop over there and see something rather entertaining and interesting. So that's the Mental Health Hub here at the Royal Cornwall Showgrounds.
NEWSWAVE.
Would you mind just introducing yourself and telling me a little bit about what you do, please?
Yes, certainly. So I'm Sue, sometimes known as Chilli Sue.
Chilli Sue.
I'm here with Cornish Chilies, which is our business, and we grow chilies here in Cornwall, not very far away at Grandpound Road. It's our 10th year of doing this, so quite a big year for us. And it's the first time we've been here in the flower tent, so really exciting to be sharing everything with the world of horticulture today.
Yeah, it's so exciting, and we absolutely love it in here because it's an open space. It's not as busy as it is out there either. You can kind of move and enjoy sort of what's going on here. So come on, tell us what have you got around your stall here?
Well,
for
there
people
is
to
so
see?
much to see. I mean, the main feature are the plants.
Yes.
And we've got them in sections here. So we grow over 50 different varieties of chilli.
Wow.
And we grow from the really mild ones. So for people who say they don't like spice at all, there are chilies that you can enjoy.
Right.
So the really mild ones, right the way through to the super hot chilies. We do grow the Carolina Reaper. So the really spicy ones. So we sell them as plants. We propagate over sort of 6,000 seedlings each year. which we sell as plants. We then keep about 3,000 for ourselves, which we put in our 6 big polytunnels. And we sell a lot of fresh chilies to local sauce makers, jam makers, national growers as well.
Okay.
And then obviously we've got all the fruit that comes from those, which we use in our jams and chutneys and lovely range of sauces too.
And after 10 years, you're quite ingrained in Cornish sort of culture now, but do you still get people that come past and think, I had no idea that this amount of chilies were grown in Cornwall as well?
Yeah, and the fact that you can even grow chilies in Cornwall is a surprise. And some years, to be fair, it's a challenge because chilies love the sunlight. There's plenty of warmth down here, that's not a problem, but it's the sunlight that they really thrive in. And you can almost see the plants happy and growing before your eyes when the sun is out back to back. So we're hoping we're going to have another good season because the more sunlight, the more productive the chilies are, the more we sell, the better the year for us. Yeah.
I've got one final question to ask you, which is, how hot can you go on these? Are you looking at the Carolina Reaper? No. Are you sort of more on this side?
Definitely.
Okay.
I'm definitely on the mild to medium side. So Scott, my husband and partner, who was the originator of the business, he started it 10 years ago because he's such a fan of chilies. He's the one who really likes the hot chilies.
Okay.
Not that he would eat a super hot raw, but he grew up with a dad who was based in the forces in Singapore, so they were used to having curries and spicy food.
Of course.
Whereas me, I was used to the roast dinner.
Yeah, okay.
And so, but I'm loving the flavour that the mild, medium chilies give you. So there's plenty that I can enjoy, but my love is growing them.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. It's wonderful to join you. Come and check out Cornish Chilies here at the Royal Cornwall Showgrounds. Lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
NEWSWAVE.
We're over here in the countryside village now for our second hour, and we're joined by Terry, who is synonymous here with the ferret racing, which has become such a popular part of this show and other shows around the country as well. Terry, it's great to meet you today. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing here and some of your wonderful animals as well.
Yeah, well, welcome to the Cornwall Show. I've been here now doing this, 48 years now, and you see the course. We got a lovely little course there. They're all in different colours, and we put the ferrets in there, and later on we do some racing, and then the audience come here and they have a little bet they want to, and obviously we get the children to help me start them, and they run up through the course. And believe me, it's not a demo. It's nothing like that. It's just attraction and entertainment.
Right, it's
and
wonderful.
Over here is my ferrets. We only brought 8 or 9 ferrets a day because obviously we could have brought 30, 40 ferrets. This is all my hobs. A hob is a male ferret. Obviously they're the best racers today, and they'll be coming out this afternoon and competing with one another. And obviously we got the only lady ferret we got here today is Sophie. There's Sophie here. And Sophie is a lovely little ferret.
Hello, Sophie.
There she is. She's 4 years of age, but she never grew.
Oh.
And then we got the bigger ferrets, which is what we call the hobs. They're called. This is one's Rocky. Rocky comes out.
Oh,
and you
Rocky's
see a
really
lot
got some
bigger
attention.
ferret altogether.
Wow,
And
yes.
This is Rocky. And like I say, I've kept ferrets all my life. And come from the art of Hexmoor.
Yeah.
And I was bred into it. My father bred ferrets, and I've been handling for ever since I was 2 years of age.
And what work goes into keeping ferrets and getting them ready for events like this?
Well, really, you look at the courses. The course would take me about half an hour to put up. We come here a day before, and lucky for me, they put me up, and my ferrets have got a bigger place for a night where they sleep. And we do about, probably this year, we do about 62 shows. Wow. All over the country, over the West Country, yeah. Like I said, I've been doing this now for 48 years. Very well known in the ferret world,
And how many ferrets do you keep currently?
I only brought a dozen here today, but I got about probably about 30 or 40 home. Right. I started a little bit of ferret rescue, but I try to keep that quiet now because obviously I don't want too many ferrets, and getting old in my age, you know, and I want to sort of cut it back a bit now.
And what do they like to keep and to have around the place?
This is only travelling boxes here. I mean, they live in a quite big shed home, a big massive shed, and they live in like little family groups, you know. And they'll live between, well, I think from 6 to 8 years of age. It's not a great age, you know, but yeah, I love them. And
so
we're surprised how many people do keep them for pets.
Absolutely,
you know?
They're so much fun. And you said off air a second ago, they spend half the time sleeping, so getting ready for races.
Obviously, you know, it says in the ferret book that these guys will, if we let them, 18 hours a day. Oh. But they're more of a night creature, more or less. You come at my place at night, and they're always scratching their boxes and all that, you know. Yeah.
And it's really popular. You've had some good crowds so far this morning.
It's, everybody likes to watch the ferret racing. And obviously today is not very good weather. I mean, obviously, but they will be here by 2:30, hopefully. Yeah. And it's only sort of a 10-15 minute thing. It's not a demo. It's just a bit of fun attraction for mainly the adults and the children. And I do love Saturdays, because Saturdays I always find that is a working man's class. All the older adults is working today and tomorrow, but Saturday is their day, and actually you'll get packed in here.
Oh, brilliant. Well, we look forward to that. Thank you so much. I think 2:30 is the next race. How many races are you doing?
Well, this is it, see. I mean, because in this little countryside area, there's so much doing, like the fishing and the gun dogs and all sorts of. So I'm only allowed to come 3 times a day.
Right.
But I like to race every hour, but I can't do that today. Well, so I'm only here for 3 races, really. Oh. And that's 10:30, 12, and 2:30.
Okay.
Well, then I finish, right?
Well, if anybody's listening that's coming down on Friday or Saturday, that's 10:30, 12:30, and 2:30 over here in the countryside village. Do come and check it out. It's so much fun. And maybe in the meantime, you can come in and check out and meet some of these fantastic animals as well. Bruno, Rocky, Bob, Sophie. They've all got their own little personalities, and I think we better go because we're going to wake them up. They've all gone back to sleep. Terry, thank you so much for your time.
Welcome. NEWSWAVE.
We're here now amongst some of the excellent vintage machinery that's here in and around us. Such brilliant sights and incredible smells as well. If you've ever been near one of these vehicles, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But to give away some of the more sort of professional answers, because I've not got one of these myself and I don't really know what I'm talking about, I found these two lovely gentlemen. Would you mind just introducing yourselves first of all? And is this one of yours, or does it belong to both of you? Okay. So first of all, what are your names, sir?
I'm called Alan, but everybody call me Pasty.
Okay. I'm Jim. And everybody called me Black Jim.
Oh, there you go. I can see. Tell us about some of the machinery that's here today. This is a great opportunity to show these off, isn't it?
I've got my roller up just behind you. It's an Aveling roller called Hercules. And it was used for rolling the roads years ago when the roads were built of stone rather than tar. Next to that one is a big showman's engine called Challenger. And that one would be used to work on the fairgrounds. And Jim, over to you.
Well, they worked on
the flowers.
They worked on the fairgrounds up until really the 1950s. Engines like that, but there's quite a few left, and they're lovely things.
They are. They're absolutely beautiful. They're remarkable pieces of engineering, aren't they? How much work goes into maintain? I can see your face. To maintaining them.
Hours and hours. Yes, it's definitely hours and hours. More so in the winter months than the summer months, because hopefully in the winter we get them all ready for the rally season in the summer, and then it's ongoing day-to-day maintenance, oiling, and so on in the summer.
And how easy is it? We're a couple of generations removed now, aren't we, from these being sort of in full working order, every day. How easy is it now to source parts, to source people to... Do you do your own work on these pieces as well?
Some of the more easy work, yes, we can do ourselves, but there are specialist engineering companies, and we do have one in Cornwall, which specialises in steam engines, and that's their main work. So, anything that we can't do, we can take to the repair shop, shall we say.
And there's such a draw, aren't they, for people? When we go to steam rallies or village fetes or wherever, I always love... where I live as well, they come past the house sometimes as well, and you can hear them coming from a mile off and smell it. It's just such a, such a time that we've lost, I suppose. This was very regular, run-of-the-mill, every day you'd see this kind of thing, whereas now, not at all.
A lot of contractors who operated threshing machines and rollers, they work locally, within about 10 mile or so radius, going from farm to farm, with a thrashing drum and an engine like this, and doing sawing as well, on the back bench. But they operated locally mainly through contractors up till the 1930s, 20s and 30s was the last really contracting period. But yeah, there was lots about. Where do you live anyway?
Oh, I'm near Newquay, so we see sort of steam rallies, and there must be a couple of enthusiasts locally because they're always up and down. I have seen it on a van sometimes. Might even be you, sir. Might even be you. And how do you get into something like this? Is it something that's been passed on through generations?
Not passed on to me. I got interested in one of the engines, which is in the fairground, called the Gladiator, when I was a teenager. You usually start by polishing the brass and helping out, loading the coal and so on, and you graduate from there. And then I started driving for a chap who had an engine with a thrashing machine, and eventually I own my own engine. I've had a roller now for coming on 20 years. So that's my sort of progress into the rally scene, really.
Well, we are delighted to be able to get up. They really are huge. We've just been over to the RAF to see the Chinook over there and seen how big that was. And you just, I don't know, it just feels different in 2026. The technology that we've got now and the busy sort of hectic lifestyle.
Yeah, it's nice to come back to these, like you said, everything's all technology and computer. It's nice to come back to these complete change and just get away and do something with these things, It's great, really.
Well, come down and see them. Come and meet some of the people that have restored them, are keeping them in pristine condition as well.
Again, Tom, when the saw is in operation, or when the ploughing engines up here are pulling the cultivator to and fro, and that's when the crowds turn up because they like to see the things working, and then you come back and see what's happening then.
Oh, that'll be lovely. Is that happening throughout the weekend?
It is, yes. Can't give you any times because it's very much on an ad hoc basis. So you have to turn up and see if it's happening.
We'll do it directly. That sounds brilliant. Directly. Fantastic.
NEWSWAVE.
Welcome back to Chaos on the Road. We are here at Royal Cornwall Showground for day one of the Royal Cornwall Show. It's me, Tom Howe, here live. Pleasure to have you here with us. We're joined now, we've been teasing this all afternoon actually. We're now over at the Royal Air Force, I was going to say stand, but there's a massive footprint here. First of all, sir, could I ask you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the work you're doing here this weekend?
Of course, Tom. So I'm Wing Commander Gareth Elliott, Station Commander at RAF St Morgan, newly arrived only 4 weeks or so ago. So a brand new experience for me. So for the next 3 days, we're incredibly proud to be part of the Royal Cornwall Show and to be trying to highlight the community, the work that we do at RAF St Morgan, both in support of defence and our national security, but also the work that we do in support of the wider community within Cornwall. So it's just a fantastic opportunity to meet different members of the public and to help them better understand what it is that we do and why it's important that we're here and why it's important that we work with them. So yeah, that's what we're hoping to achieve.
Well, it's wonderful to see you here. I'm sure with so much footfall, you're seeing current sort of people serving. You're probably seeing veterans. You're probably, hopefully, seeing some future recruits as well, because it's a real generational thing here at the Royal Cornwall Show.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got a really broad spectrum of activity. Yes, we're trying to highlight what we're currently doing, but we've also got a number of service charities who are talking about the work that they're doing and the support that they can provide in the community. And also, excitingly, this year we've teamed up with RAF Recruiting, and they are now running a recruiting event to help advertise the different roles that the Air Force has, the broader responsibilities of the RAF within defence. So yeah, we're seeing a huge spectrum of different individuals coming through, from current serving, veterans, and young kids who are kind of interested in a future career in the military as well.
Well, let's have a look. Let's go
Please.
inside the big tent here, because you've got some wonderful things to show off here for people to enjoy and learn about and get really hands-on here as well, by the looks of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we've got the Joint Hospital Group. They're not part of RAF St Morgan, but one of the units that we do parent. So yeah, here you can see some individuals kind of learning some vital medical first aid, and the team have also been doing some makeup artistry, created some really realistic injuries.
Wow.
So I'd hate to go to one of their Halloween parties, because it would be truly horrifying seeing these things.
Absolutely. And what have we got here? This looks remarkable.
So here we've got the Air Cadets, who are a really important part of inspiring the future generation of the Royal Air Force. So here we've got a glider simulator, and then over here we've got two consoles, which are for the Grob Shooter, our basic training aircraft. Okay. So people can have a go at flying one of those aircraft. I had a go earlier, successfully did a barrel roll in loop-de-loop, but then I did end up, unfortunately, hitting the ground whilst trying to land.
Right.
But yeah, also within here we've got our survival equipment section, who are imperative in ensuring that individuals who are flying in helicopters or doing important training are suitably equipped for when they're operating overland and overseas, that all of their safety equipment will be working sufficiently and be in good order.
Well, that's wonderful, and thank you for the hard work that you do to keep everyone safe, and to also promote all of the excellent jobs and the careers that people can have through, because it's not just sort of your I don't know what your preconception might be about joining the Air Force. There's so many different roles, isn't there?
There's absolutely something for everybody. I think people sometimes kind of think that we're quite a narrow employment choice, but of course we have aviation, we have logistics, which is my specialisation, personnel support, training, engineering, information technology, cyber and space.
Wow.
It really is a vast spectrum, and I think that's what we're trying to showcase today, in particular with the partnership with RAF Recruiting, where they're kind of talking more broadly about all of the roles that we have within the Air Force and the opportunities which are out there for people.
Just as the rain starts coming down as well, I wonder if we could just take a step outside, because we've got something very special out here.
Yeah, absolutely. So as part of the town show and RAF Recruiting, they've brought down two really interesting bits of kit. Firstly, we've got our virtual reality headsets.
Okay.
So some really interesting environments that you can find yourself in, and better understand some of the roles that you might have. And I think a brilliant way of kind of bringing to life some of the responsibilities that we have within the military. And then, of course, we've got our mock-up Chinook, which is just a brilliant aid for people to get on and kind of really experience what it's like within the Air Force, some of the equipment that we have, and to learn about our capabilities. So we've got people constantly going in and getting a 5-minute talk about what the Chinook does, how it performs, its the payload and types of roles that it performs for defence. So yeah, a real kind of crowd pleaser and is kind of helping us kind of get a draw of people coming in today.
For people that do this every day, it's really quite normal, but for us that don't get up close and personal to something like this all the time, it's huge, isn't it? You get a real appreciation of the scale of these things.
Yeah, I think you're right. We absolutely normalise what we do on a daily basis. But yeah, when you do put it like that and you stand back and think about it, it is really impressive. And I think everyone here today is incredibly proud of what they do and proud to be representing the Air Force. And when you actually talk about how big these bits of equipment are, I was informed this morning this is actually only 2/3 size. So a real Chinook would be a third larger again.
Oh, wow, my goodness. Well, we'll have to sort you out a parking space next. we had some trouble getting in this morning. But if you, fly straight down, that's absolutely perfect. Wonderful. It's been so great meeting you. Congratulations on your new role. We're absolutely delighted for you. And thank you for showing us around. It's not every day you get, like I said, up close and personal to some of this equipment as well. And thank you so much for your time and enjoy the next 2 days.
Thank you very much. We're really looking forward to it.
NEWSWAVE.
Okay, that's all we've got time for on this week's edition of NEWSWAVE. A big Chaos Radio thank you to Steve Hood of Proud to Care, Nikita Thakra, a speaker at TEDxTruro 2026, to Keren and Hayley from the Falmouth Sea Shanty Festival, and to everyone that took the time to join us at the Royal Cornwall Show. As ever, a final thank you to you for listening and helping support local journalism to thrive. To catch up on all our coverage, as well as to check out our extensive back catalogue of interviews and shows, do head on over to chaos.radio. And remember, if you have a local news story that you'd like to share with us, email news@chaos.radio or search Chaos Radio UK across socials. NEWSWAVE has been produced and presented by me, Tom Howe, and is a Chaos Radio production for the Cornwall Community Media Network.
NEWSWAVE.
Chaos.radio. Music, podcasts, entertainment.